Okay, this is absolutely insane. This biopharmaceutical stock is so undervalued. It's basically 4 biopharma stocks in one. ARK Invest has been buying this like crazy. Last Friday, they bought 1.6 million shares alone, and they've just been buying it ever since, and there's a major catalyst coming. Let me give you a summary of what it's all about. Coming right up. Hi Raylinaires, how are you? In this video, I am going to talk about the one and the only Takeda Pharmaceuticals, ticker symbol TAK. Now this is a very undervalued stock. I have some major news that might bring this stock up to exponential levels. That's what ARK Invest is hoping. That's what I am hoping. I'm very long-term on this company. And from figuring out this data and this huge piece of news that I'm going to discuss, we're going to talk about it. I'm going to make it very easy for you to understand. And before we get started, please leave a like and subscribe to this channel for more investing updates. We're going to talk about the update of the phase 1 and 2 trial that just came out. This is Supergirl Investor here to help save the world and make you wealthy. So the stock that we're talking about today is Takeda Pharmaceutical, ticker symbol TAK. It's basically 4 biopharmaceuticals in one, and it's based in Japan. It's a global biopharma leader in its industry space, and it has a very strong focus on highly innovative medicine to bring the fastest, cheapest, and best quality treatments. They focus on 4 therapeutics for R&D, oncology, rare diseases, neuroscience, and GI are set to expand in the future. They have so many products in their pipeline, and they're currently involved in approximately 80 countries. Yes, 80 countries. Now, this stock is very little known. Not many people talk about it, but we're going to talk about it here. So you can get in before Wall Street does, before Wall Street Bets does. So there's major news on this stock because they just talked about their phase 1, phase 2 data, and they're going to talk about it at a world conference tomorrow. And what I want you to tune into is tomorrow they're also having a live conference call and webcast at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And this is where they will discuss the results, and the results are mind-blowing. They're really, really good. I am so excited. Now let's do a summary of what the data showed, and I will break it down and make it easy to understand because I know that these medical terms can be a little daunting, but I want to help make sure you're an informed investor. So let's take a deep dive into the data and why I'm so stoked about it. The article says mobocertinib, an oral targeted therapy. This is a small molecule TKI, also known as a tyrosine kinase inhibitor, which is a pharmaceutical drug that inhibits tyrosine kinases. Now, they're part of many cell functioning, including cell division, cell signaling. Now, these are actually enzymes that can be too hyperactive, or there can be too many in certain types of cancer cells. And essentially what this product is doing is it's preventing the cells from growing. It demonstrated clinically meaningful responses with a confirmed objective response rate of 35%. Now, the response rate just means that this is the percentage of patients whose cancer basically disappeared or lessened, and this percentage is 35%, so that's a really great result. This shows that they're at the clinical endpoint for this trial once it says objective. That was assessed by the investigator, the initial, and 28% assessed by the Independent Review Committee, IRC. Responses shown with mobocertinib were durable. So when they talk about durable, they mean that this is a long-lasting treatment that usually lasts about a year. So they had positive results for about a year. With a median duration of response of 17.5 months, results represent encouraging progress in a patient population for which no approved targeted therapies exist. So So this could be huge. This could be a breakthrough in cancer therapy. Takeda Pharmaceutical Company today announced new data from the phase 1/2 trial of mobocertinib, orally administered in previously treated patients with epidermal growth factor receptor, EGFR exon 20 insertion plus metastatic non-small cell lung cancer. Now, what the epidermal growth factor receptor is, it's a protein found on certain types of cells that binds to a substance called EGF, and it's involved in signaling the cells with cell division and cell survival. And sometimes mutations in the EGFR gene, the EGFR proteins, to be made in a higher quantity on some types of cancer cells, which can cause the cancer cells to divide more quickly at a more rapid rate. So the cancer cells are growing. Now, this drug blocks the EGFR protein to stop the growth of the cancer cells. So that's EGFR. It says exon 20 insertion plus, and that's basically just the name of the type of mutation. And this type of mutation actually represents 4 to 12% of the overall EGFR, and it is a huge unmet need. There are no treatments available for this currently. There are clinical trials, and Takeda is definitely the leader with this right now. It says metastatic non-small cell lung cancer. Metastatic just basically means lethal. Will be presented as a late-breaking oral session at the International Association for the Study of Lung Cancer 2020 World Conference on WCLC on Friday, January 29th. And remember to listen to the conference call at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So this is going to be broadcast to the world. It should be really good. I'm expecting a lot of positive feedback from this because this is huge news. It's a rare disease. They're taking on cancer and they're doing it innovatively. Results show mobocertinib demonstrated clinically meaningful responses in patients who received prior platinum-based therapy. Now, platinum-based therapy basically just means that there are platinum compounds that are basically fighting cancer cells. And basically what they do is cause changes in the DNA to produce cancer fighting cells. These data are promising and provide further evidence for mobocertinib as a potential oral treatment for patients with EGFR exon 20 insertion who are in critical need of targeted treatment options. All patients were treated at the 160 milligram once daily oral dose. So now this is where it gets kind of juicy too. The objective rate per investigator was 35%. As we talked about. The confirmed ORR per IRC was 28%, as we talked about. The median duration of response, or DOR, was 17.5 months, which is what we talked about. Now, the median progression-free survival, or PFS, is 7.3 months. Now, this is the length of time during or after where the patient actually lives with cancer, but it doesn't get worse. So that was 7.3 months. Disease control rate, DCR, 78%. This is basically the percentage of patients with the metastatic cancer who received either a complete response, partial response, or were stabilized with the disease through the therapy. So that's a pretty great rate, 78%. The importance of advancing research for people living with EGFR exon 20 insertion, a complex and devastating disease with no approved targeted therapies, cannot be overstated, as existing treatment options provide limited benefit and patients often have poor survival outcomes. We're proud of these positive results from mobocertinib, the first oral therapy designed to selectively target their disease, and we look forward to submitting data from the platinum pre-treated population analysis to the FDA and other regulatory agencies around the globe. This is a huge catalyst. In October 2020, mobocertinib was designated as a breakthrough therapy in China by the Drug Review Center for the same indication. So they've been awarded many accolades thus far, and in my In my research, it looks like they're doing very well with this drug. I can't wait to see what happens to the stock price once people find out about it. This company has been under the radar for so long, but they have so many accolades, they have so much they're working on, and I just hope that more people get on the bandwagon and pay more attention to it, especially tomorrow, because I think this drug is such a breakthrough and I'm very proud of them. So that was the update. Just be out on the lookout for a major catalyst tomorrow with the World Conference, and tune in if you're available for the conference call at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This should be really great. I just wanted to give you a brief overview and summary of what all this data was about, because I know it looks a little confusing when you first see it, but when you really get down to it, and it looks like very promising results. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please give a like, and I just wanted to give you an update on Takeda Pharmaceuticals. Please leave a comment below and let me know what stock you would like me to look at next. I hope you have a wonderful day. Go out there, save the world, and be wealthy. Bye, Raylinaires!